it's Odd Harley and welcome to my channel. Yes, still filming on an iPhone 10. Yes, in a closet. This is the best place to film though. I mean, there's not so much sound reverberation, I think. So, yes, I have been busy because of college, going to online and having to work so much. I mean, I just work 6 days in a week, which is difficult for me because I have bad knee issues and my feet were killing me, but it was good money. And yeah, so now that I'm finished with my finals and I am starting to work less days as of the next 2 weeks, I wanted to get into making videos again because they're kind of therapeutic and relaxing. And so I was going to read a weird story I found that I wrote in like the 5th grade, but I lost the journal while we're trying to move. So instead, I'm going to read you from my creative writing thing we made. It's like full of all of the students writing and has my best friend, which for the sake of not knowing if she would like me mentioning her name, I'm gonna call her Mr. Sin because she calls me Greg. And I'm going to read a couple story I wrote in here called Chicken Jesus. Let me explain. The idea came to me when I was watching an Illymation video and she was talking about when she worked at Chick-fil-A and she mentioned Chicken Jesus, and I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. I am a Christian and I just thought it was kind of cute and funny, just like I can't talk. Anima performing, you know what, screw it. It's a chicken Jesus. That's what I thought was hilarious about it. So I wrote a complicated story, which I do briefly mention in the introduction of my writing. It's not that long, yeah, it's only 3 pages, and I have another story in here, which is actually a precursor to a novel I'm writing, which I may read it later, but for the sake of length in this video, and I'm going to be leaving soon to go to Veneta, I'm going to read just Chicken Jesus. And so here we go. It may be creepy, weird, and strange, but enjoy. Chicken Jesus by moi. In the beginning, there was a lot. Turkey God hatched out of an egg and said in a mighty voice, "Let there be gravy!" And thus Thanksgiving was made. That's how I said it happened. Turkey God rolled over the foods valiantly until his partner, Celery Satan, betrayed him. Celery Satan betrayed him by bringing tofu in this world. No insult to my vegetarian friends. Love you, Mama Teresa, my D&D buddy. To try and fix Celery Satan's mistakes, he relied on his beloved partner, Cold Cuts King. Believe it or not, I believe Mr. Sin came up with that name. Cold Cuts King served him valiantly and loyally until falling for Celery Satan and even having a son. Yes, there's a whole backstory and breakup letter to go into detail about their relationship and their son. I may or may not read it if I find it. With desperation, he has no choice but to send his son to bring back the people. Thus, Chicken Jesus was dropped upon us. Or more specifically, my best friend and I. Again, I did write her in the story, but for her sake, I'm just going to call her Mr. Sin, unless she's like, "Harley, next video, don't call me that." And I'll be like, okay. So, Mr. Sin drags me into Chick-fil-A as I was just doing nothing at home. Oh my gosh, my narration's awful. Come on, Harley, it's not like you had anything better to do. Mr. Sin says as we sit down after ordering chicken nuggets. I mean, yeah, but why drag me to my favorite restaurant? Mr. Sin rolls her eyes and flicks me on the head. I'll be back. Please don't eat my chicken nuggets. She gets up to go to the bathroom. No promises! Because in real life, that is a true fact. No promises. I may sneak a nugget or two. My friends. I sit there bored as a girl comes over, laying down the tray with our nuggets. I pull out the Chick-fil-A sauce and start digging in with the magical sauce dancing on my taste buds because Chick-fil-A sauce is the best sauce. And I mean it. There is no other sauce that can compare to Chick-fil-A sauce, in my opinion. Again, I don't know about everyone else. I sigh, starting to reach for Mr. Sin's nuggets when a feather hand stops me. "Thou shalt not steal the other's chicken," clicked out a mighty voice. I don't know why. I remember writing this and thinking, this is great. I hate myself sometimes. I slowly look up to a huge muscular chicken staring down at me. Exactly what everyone thought reading this. I'm lost for words. What is this giant thing in front of me? How is he alive in a Chick-fil-A? Is this a new mascot? He laughs at my ignorance, like everyone does. No, my foolish mortal child. I am sent here to make sure people eat more chicken, or just bird in general. I am the legend they spoke of. I am. He throws back his rubbery chicken flaps on his head, because I don't know what those are called. Chicken Jesus. Chicken Jesus? Yes! I stare at him while glancing to my Chick-fil-A sauce. I slowly push the sauce away. Clearly, I've eaten too much of the sauce, which is not physically possible, okay? Come at me, Chick-fil-A. I just want a big bag of your sauce. Mr. Sin finally steps out of the bathroom. Greg, did you eat my chick? Mr. Sin starts before seeing the giant chicken man. She looks at me. She looks at Chicken Jesus. Looks to me. Looks to Chicken Jesus. Looks to Chicken Jesus. Looks to her Pepsi. Looks to me. Yeah, Mr. Sin loves Pepsi. Gosh, he drinks more Pepsi than I drink pop in a week. Bathroom for like 2 minutes. Chicken Jesus walks over as he places a feather arm around Mr. Sin. And you must be the dear friend of Harley here. Mr. Sin grabs his arm and gets it away from her. Maybe? Mr. Sin turns her attention to me. Is this Kai in a chicken suit again? I thought we burned it after Mercury. Again. I had a lot of friends in drama, and so I put him into the story. I forgot about it. It's wacky. Funny. Nope. I answer Sandy. This is Chicken Jesus. He stopped me from stealing your nugs. You were going to steal my nugs? Gosh dang it, Greg. Greg? Chicken Jesus inserts himself. I thought you were Harley. I am. Answer. It's complicated. Happened on Mercury. Why Mercury, Harley? Mr. Sin sighs. I remember Mercury. We're not talking about Mercury. Why Mercury? Gosh darn it, Harley. Chicken Jesus looks between us in confusion. Anyway, he gets between the two of us. You two are to help me go about the world and bring justice. Bring these people back to the glory of poultry heaven. Why? We asked together, not to question any further, just why? Because you two are insane and kind of the only ones that can see me. Wait, what? I asked, looking around. There are people staring at us weird. Yep. They only see you two talking to each other in the air. Mr. Sin and I sigh simultaneously because I wanted a big word in my story for something so weird. Do we have a choice in this? He shakes his head. We both groan as we slump back in the booth opposite of each other. Fine! We groan. Chicken Jesus clucks with excitement as he pulls us into a big hug. Oh, we are going to have so much fun! Yay. Mr. Sen and I roll our eyes for the mess that we're stuck in. We'll be stuck with this big chicken until the end of our days. And that we were, because in creative writing, everyone wanted a Chicken Jesus story. All because I wrote a couple for morning bell work. And yeah, so this video is going to be bleh. I don't want to make it too long because then I would go into when the shards fell. But this one is a little longer and it has a more background to it because, again, it's just a beginning to a novel. So it's a little longer, and yeah, there's some other great stories I did write in creative writing. Some of them are kind of more fan fiction worthy, and some of them are like, ooh, I should write some more to this. But when I know where that journal is, and I can read you more from that if you guys would like. Otherwise, that's all because I gotta leave soon. So, sorry, touching my face. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon in another video. Mwah. Bye, my oddlings.